You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Hello, sir. Good day. Good morning. How are you?
You know, just becoming a master of the social distancing thing.
Yeah.
What do we do now? Let's see here. Folks have now blown out birthday candles today. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, nice.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Really?
And Willie Nelson is 86 today.
Holy cow.
Yeah. The pleasure of meeting Willie. I don't know. We were just kids. It was crazy. Let me see here. This is a big deal because I absolutely love this whole setup. It was 1852. The first edition of Peter Roget's Thesaurus was published. By published, of course, we mean issued, presented, released, propagated, circulated.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Because it's a thesaurus.
Okay, just try to hang with me here, John.
I like the thesaurus.
He used a lot of synonyms there.
I don't know another word for it, though.
That Peter Roget, he had a different word for everything.
Except for the thesaurus.
And gosh, I'm old enough. I was there. In fact, I graduated high school in 1974. It would be about a year later, 1975. United States begins to evacuate its citizens from Saigon.
Oh,
nice.
In response to advancing North Vietnamese forces, bringing an end to U.S. involvement in the war, President Richard Nixon pulled the plug. That was it. It was, pretty crazy times. Holy cow.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, in fact, I enlisted in the Navy in 1975.
Did you really?
Enough, the draft was over, NOM was over,
and
I was at my induction physical in downtown Minneapolis, along with a couple dozen other guys, and that was the last step because I had aced the written exam because I was a pretty smart cookie.
Yeah.
You know, and I figured, hey, a couple of weeks, I'm going to be steering my own battleship. So I have a knee X-ray that comes out wonky, and they 4F'd me. So not suitable for induction. It was a physical thing. They go, if you want to have corrective surgery done on that knee, son, and I'm going,
there's nothing wrong with my knee.
What?
I got a problem?
Yeah, and to this day, all these years later, I've never even had my knee scoped. I'm just fine, thanks. So
there you go. Since then, you've rollerbladed, you've ridden a bull, you've done a lot of things.
I think it was probably a God thing, because back then, quite honestly, I would have gone maybe a week or two into basic, and they would have just locked me up. That would have been it. You know.
Well,
field strip that butt. Hey, field strip this.
Well, thank you for that report, sir.
Yeah, that's the least I can do, John.
Mr. Dan Farris right there. We'll have him back in a bit. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up today. I'm going to be visiting with Corey from Corey and the Fireflies about a cool event that's coming up the end of this week, and we're going to hear some music from him as well. That is all on the way. You're listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Anytime Notaries.
If you need a notary, call Anytime Notary. We can notarize anything, anywhere. Anytime Notary has a patent-pending mobile notary service that comes directly to you. If you need a notary, call Anytime Notary. Available weekdays from 10 to 11 a.m. only, not including Tuesdays or Thursdays. Anytime Notary. All your notary needs almost anytime. Call Heidi Jean at 605-933-1980. Anytime Notary.
Now, more than ever, you need a credit card that offers what you need. Some cards have high rates. Some have annual fees. Some are just not very good. Usually people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes. You may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card probably won't tell you, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning there, fellow Radio Ranger. John, how the heck you doing? Fantastic. Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi. You know, I came in this morning, quite frankly, I was feeling a little off today, but Heidi, you definitely turned me back on. Don't get excited there, John. I'm a kidder, kidding, kid. It's what I do. Hey, little Radio Rangers. Let's talk critters here. That's why we're here. You know, we've been spending a lot of time with squirrels, which is why we're going to shift to raccoons real quickly. I was watching some old video from days gone by last night.
Are they related?
Raccoons are interested. You know, I refer to them as nature's little trash pandas.
Oh, yeah. I've heard you.
The fact of the matter is, if a raccoon snags some nuts, some berries, whatever the case may be, if there's a water source nearby, that raccoon's going to wash that food right up.
Oh,
Really?
how cute.
That raccoon will take that food, dip it in the water, and then stir it around in his hands. Mix things up before he eats. In fact, if you watch him do it, it kind of looks like that raccoon is panning for gold.
Aww.
And so I got to thinking, raccoons washing their food, looks like they're panning for gold. And then I called, one of my brokerage firms. And I was like, gold is sitting at about $1,700 an ounce.
Yeah.
Radio Rangers. And, of course, you know, panning for gold is a great way to get out of nature. I call it nature because it's nature and it's neat. And I put the two words together and say it with me. We call it nature. Sure. Panning for gold is a great way to get outdoors and have some fun and maybe make a couple bucks, too. Of course, you probably got to stay at home. And so it's pretty excited to announce Ranger Dan's first at-home treasure hunt for the little Radio Rangers.
Nice.
Here's what you do. Well, most grown-ups, and in this case, your folks, there's probably a jewelry box somewhere in their bedroom. Yeah, it's a pretty good. That old jewelry box got some old necklaces, maybe some earrings, a watch, little trinkets laying around that the folks really don't wear anymore. And what the heck, they ain't going to miss 2 or 3 of them. Maybe Grandma crossed that rainbow bridge and left a gold brooch of some kind, usually a butterfly or some kind of bird. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody going to miss that. Maybe you got a brother or sister in high school and they got their class ring laying there on their dresser. Well, whatever. You just collect whatever you find there, little Rangers, and you send it to Ranger Dan Enterprises, P.O. Box 933, Sisseton, South Dakota, 57262. Now, depending on the purity of what you send, 10 karat, 14, 18, 22, or preferably 24 karat, you're going to receive, are you listening? A discount coupon good for up to 10% off select Ranger Dan merchandise. First annual Ranger Dan at-home treasure hunt. Get it done, Radio Rangers. It's a darn adventure. You're going to absolutely love it. This is all the time we got today. Remember, what doesn't kill you probably makes you stronger. This Ranger Dan out. They're with me, yes.
Yes, sir.
What's that? Are attorneys online too?
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris back in the newsroom, sitting in the news chair at the news desk, wearing his news shirt.
There you go. I am an investigative reporter, and of course, seismic shift, all kinds of things around the country and around the world, of course, with I think kind of the standard term now is COVID-19, translation Chinese virus.
Yeah.
But I think it was maybe a week or so ago, I gave about a dozen or so companies, American-made products that are American.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah, it was
made.
nice.
And I've rounded that out a little bit. And it's kind of surprising to me because, let's face it, up until recently, when's the last time you really checked a label or something to see where it was made?
Right.
People generally shop price, convenience, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But now a lot of the focus is back to, hey, man, was this made in America?
Right.
So
I typically look for Guadalajara because that's where Ranger Dan has his stuff set up. So.
American made.
It's North America.
South Vermilion. And this is surprising for the kids or whatever. Man, these have been around a long time. Slinkies are American made.
Oh, nice.
I love Slinky.
Slinkies. Viking appliances.
Okay.
If you aren't familiar, and we're talking primarily kitchen appliances.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty high end, kind of
Yeah.
expensive, but it's
Nice.
marvelous stuff.
Good stuff.
Vermont teddy bears.
Oh, are they made in Vermont?
Good question.
That would be nice.
And really, if you want to go full blown here and into the musical thing, Steinway pianos are made entirely in America.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Merle Norman makeup.
Okay.
Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Oh, Milwaukee.
Shout out to Jimmy and the crew up at J&L.
Yeah.
Gorilla Glue is American made.
Oh, I love that stuff. Have you ever used Gorilla Glue?
I have not, but man, they do fantastic commercials.
First time I used Gorilla Tape. It's like duct tape, but a little stronger. First time I used it, I taped a cord on some concrete. When I ripped it up, I ripped off the surface of the concrete.
Holy
That's
cow.
strong stuff.
I was like, whoa, that's not good.
Yeah.
There you go. American made.
It is. It's awesome.
Nordic Wear
Oh, yeah.
is all American made.
I've seen that.
And John, you're kind of a handy guy. Estwing hand tools.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like hammers and stuff.
Which are pretty. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up. A pretty decent framing hammer starts at about $21, available at Home Depot.
Yeah, I have. I don't know if I still do, but I had a hammer from them.
Okay, and I'm a huge fan of these Martin guitars.
I might have lost that in the divorce.
Martin guitars, some of the best acoustic guitars on the planet, are all American made. Also, Cutco knives. And Heidi, this one's for you.
Okay.
Smith & Wesson firearm.
There you go.
Yeah, since, by golly, the 1850s out of Springfield, Massachusetts.
I only have one Smith & Wesson. I should get some more.
So, is that the Springfield Armory? If it's out of Springfield, Massachusetts? I've heard of the Springfield Armory.
Headquarters for Smith & Wesson are out of Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah.
I'll have to check into that.
Yeah, so you
Well,
go. Just
thank
some
you
of
for
the
that
companies.
list, man.
I love that.
Some other...
Made in America.
Yeah. A lot of... We should see if we can find a list of items made in South Dakota.
That's a good idea.
Got to be a couple.
I know locally here, just a shout out because we've known him forever. Chris Larson, the crew, the Comfort King.
Yeah, they build beds here. How cool is that?
All American stuff and local and everything else. So yeah, it's out there, and sometimes you just got to dig a little deeper because that's kind of where we're at.
That is the way. And Dan, thank you for coming in. We'll have you back for some entertainment news. How's that sound?
Oh, great.
Speaking of that, we've got an entertainer joining us here in just a bit. I have Corey from Corey and the Fireflies. We're going to talk about a really cool event that's coming up the end of this week. It's on the way.
Anybody else about ready for a vacation?
This October, we're going to Cancun for an amazing event called The Sands.
Awesome music from Billy Idol, Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, and so many more.
This event happens at the end of October, so when everything blows over, we're all going to need a vacation. So join us for this one.
We've been to this event the last 3 years, met some amazing people, and it is so much fun.
Get all of the information and get your spot reserved to join us at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Time right now for a bright spot of news, and I have Corey from Corey and the Fireflies on the phone with me. How you doing, Corey?
I'm doing good, John. How are you?
Absolutely awesome. And we've got a really cool event coming up this Friday that kind of involves you, doesn't it?
Well, it does involve us, but more importantly, it involves everybody else in the state.
And we're hoping to get people all across the state of South Dakota to be involved in this, right?
Yeah, yep, that's kind of what it is, and it's just a way to honor, everybody basically, which is everybody that I know, being affected by the virus, and honoring, obviously healthcare workers. Got a lot of good friends on the front lines, and a lot of beautiful people on the foundation side, and all of those people, and then of course everyone else that's helping keep us all running, and then parents teaching kids and kids having to learn from home, and the actual people that are fighting the sickness. It's just kind of a way to lift lift up everybody, you know. So it's pretty cool.
And the event this Friday is called Let It Shine South Dakota. And the way Corey got involved, he's got a song. Corey and the Fireflies have a song called Let It Shine. And that's kind of the theme song for this event. And you've donated the opportunity for them to use this, which is really cool. Thanks for doing that.
Oh, well, thank you. It's it seemed like a perfect fit. It's a song that the band wrote together really probably about a year or so ago, and I don't know. I think it turned out really well, and it's pretty cool that these guys they reached out to us, and it's just been fun to kind of see where it goes.
Well, the event is coming up this Friday, so for somebody listening in the state of South Dakota that's going, okay, how do I get involved in this Let It Shine South Dakota? What am I supposed to do, Corey?
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's first of all, it's happening between 9:30 and 10 p.m. Central Time. So obviously, for all our friends on the other side of the river, that'd be 8:30 to 9, right? And basically, just whatever you want to do. I mean, if you want to fire up the fire pit, or step outside and with flashlights or the lights on your phone, or candles, or fireworks, I guess, if it's legal, and whatever you want to do, really. I mean, it's just kind of a reason to look up and a reason to let it shine, if you will.
Absolutely. Now, they did something like this in Sioux Falls last month, the very end of last month, and it went really well in the city of Sioux Falls. That's kind of when you got involved, because they used your song for the video, and then that kind of turned into this statewide effort, didn't it?
That's exactly right. Yeah, and that's kind of neat, because for my wife Tracy and our son London, we kind of just heard about it sort of last minute and stepped out in the yard, with flashlights, and then we got to actually see some of our neighbors that we hadn't seen forever, because pretty much our whole neighborhood has been hibernating, and so that was kind of my first introduction to it. And I think it was the next day or the day after that, whatever, that they reached out looking for a song, and so it went. The first one was, I think, Light Up Sioux Falls. And obviously this one is Let It Shine South Dakota. So anyway, really, really neat opportunity, I think, for everybody, kind of a unifying thing. And like I said, everybody I know is being affected in some way, and just kind of a fun way for everybody to come together and show that we're all in it together, right?
Absolutely. And for the last one, we played a fun soundtrack of music on Sunny, and we're going to do the same thing for the one coming up this Friday, May 1st. Guess what song we're going to use to kick things off this Friday, Corey?
I hope it's Let It Shine by Corey and the Fireflies.
It absolutely is. And we're going to have that for you this Friday. And for those of you listening on different platforms, you can listen for the soundtrack on sunnyradio.com or Sunny 93.3 FM here in the Sioux Falls market. And again, anywhere in the world or in the state at sunnyradio.com.
Well, everybody, May 1st, this Friday, if everybody can step outside and let it shine however you want to, in honor of all those the healthcare workers and everybody else helping on the front lines, all those people that are feeling it. So here's a little tribute, so please do what you can and let it shine.
It's a tough time, but we will get through this together. If you have the means, we encourage you to participate in the gift card challenge. That's a simple thing you can do to help people around you. Just buy a gift card from one of your favorite local businesses, then use it when things get back to normal. Or be a rock star and give it to someone working on the front lines to keep us safe. Either way, when you buy the gift card, post a photo on social media with #GiftCardChallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
And it's time right now for this fun little thing we do each and every day at this time. It's called Entertainment News of the Day with Mr. Dan Farris.
The celebrities are fabulous. Yeah. You know what? Over the years, I actually have seen, there are some series that have been on television ago. I've got to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I've got to watch this. For instance, Mad Men, first 3, I think, seasons, I was glued to. What else? And this was just a complete accident. I think first started, I was sitting at home, dialing around, blah, 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 and all of a sudden here comes some really high-end luxury car, and ZZ Top is fired up in the background, and these guys get out in tuxedos and waiters.
Oh, yeah.
Camouflage.
It was the opening scene of the Duck Dynasty. I'm like, what am I looking at here? It was so different. It was so weird that I watched that particular episode and I just went, this, what, again, what?
Oh, yeah.
But then I became addicted to that show.
When I started watching it, Heidi didn't like it. She's like, I don't know why you're watching it. I didn't watch it.
For various reasons. But there's been a kerfuffle. There's been a dust-up. There's been some shenanigans going on. Actually, drive-by shooting at one of the Dynasty's stars' homes, one of their compounds. Geez. Man accused of shooting at a West Monroe, Louisiana estate owned by Duck Dynasty star Willie Robertson.
Uncle Willie?
Uncle Willie.
How could anybody not like Uncle Willie?
Well, apparently the guy, he was all liquored up, and here's some of the details. They did find the guy, and he's now been ordered to keep at least 1,000 feet away from the reality star's family for a minimum of 2 years. Authorities are saying now that Daniel Dean King Jr., 38 years of age, admitted to shooting at the home last Friday at 2:30 in the afternoon while he was under the influence of vodka.
Oh, wow.
Firing 8 to 10 bullets at the residence. Restraining order, which spans until April of 2022, covers Robertson's son, John Luke Robertson, John Luke's wife, Mary Kate Robertson, and their infant child, according to a news source.
So Willie's the main guy. I was thinking Uncle Si. So as you were saying that, I was confused for whatever reason. Again, Heidi didn't let me watch it enough. That's what the problem
Well, authorities have also banned this clown, who's now charged with felony assault by drive-by shooting in last Friday's incident, from ever owning any firearms.
Yeah.
He must turn in his entire collection.
Oh, wow.
Sheriff's office. King's bond was initially set at $150,000, also charged with misdemeanor criminal neglect of family and the innocent, in which a bullet landed in one of the rooms of the home. Another resident was this whole thing's just kind of freaky. He's on a vodka tear and just opens fire. According to affidavit, juvenile witness who was in the truck with King confirmed that, that's pretty much what happened. King told police he was attempting to see if the gun was on safety or not.
Oh, wow.
Well, that doesn't take 8 or 10 shots at somebody's estate.
No.
So,
nice try.
Yeah, nice try. So that's what's going on. Yeah, but I really like that series. And my son actually is engaged to Melissa, who is from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Okay.
And I refer to her as the Robertson girl,
okay,
which confused her. I said, hey, it's Louisiana. You're all related somehow.
Well, Dan, thank you for that report, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming up here in just a bit, we've got, what do we have? Today's Wednesday. Oh, we've got Bob Giles joining us. He's an author of a book called When Truth Mattered. It's about the Kent State shootings. I guess the 50th anniversary that's coming up. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Anytime Notaries.
If you need a notary, call Anytime Notary. We can notarize anything, anywhere. Anytime Notary has a patent-pending mobile notary service that comes directly to you. If you need a notary, call Anytime Notary. Available weekdays from 10 to 11 a.m. only, not including Tuesdays or Thursdays. Anytime Notary. All your notary needs almost anytime. Call Heidi Jean at 605-933-1980. Anytime Notary.
Now, more than ever, you need a credit card that offers what you need. Some cards have high rates. Some have annual fees. Some are just not very good. Usually people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes. You may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card probably won't tell you, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, April 29th. Some signs are emerging the rebound is already losing steam. The earnings outlook for 2020 is in freefall, and this week may see that decline accelerate. To date, first quarter earnings for the average S&P 500 company are more likely to miss the consensus estimate than beat it. This, along with a decline in second quarter EPS consensus and the growing unknown that 2020 is turning out to be, are weighing on the market sentiment. On a technical basis, Tuesday's price action was bearish and may signal a top in prices. The candle is forming a potential bearish reversal pattern that is supported by the indicators. Divergences in MACD and stochastic point to an underlying market weakness that could result in a retest of the recent lows. The risk for traders this week is the earnings. With more than 170 S&P 500 companies reporting, there is a chance for higher volatility. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.